Alright, I first started using Twitter around June of 2023. Not because I actually wanted to use it, I just wanted to try out something new, I guess, that new thing being Twitter. But over time, I began to enjoy the platform. But the more I began using the platform, the more I saw weirder and weirder accounts. Accounts like Way of the World, End Wokeness, Libs of TikTok, Insane Cope, Blacks Taking L's, and a whole lot of other people who were just racist, transphobic, sexist, and everything in between. At first I didn't really care, but around late 2023 to early 2024, I saw this huge boom of racist content, mainly targeted towards black people. And me, being a black person myself, this really saddened me. It made me feel less human. It's hard to explain, but there were a lot of people who saw this post and said, hey, this is wrong, these people are dicks, and the people who say stuff like this are dicks, fuck them. And that really reassured me that I am in fact human, and me being black does not make that any less of a fact. But the racist content never really stopped. Currently, the racist people moved on to Muslim and Indian people. I think if you've been on Twitter for a little while, you've noticed this as well. You can even check on the comment sections of popular YouTubers on Twitter that are not of white descent, that the comments seem to be hella racist against them for some reason. If you need an example, go to Mudaha's comment section on Twitter and you'll see what I'm talking about. Even so, Mudaha's current comment section isn't truly that bad compared to the stuff you used to see a couple months ago, especially when he talked about politics. It was actually kinda horrifying. And considering how big Mudaha is, you would be surprised to learn that not that many people cared about the racism he faced when it was at its peak, and even currently to some extent. This kinda leads me to my main point in this first segment, that racism, whether from big or small accounts, as long as it's directed at Indian or Muslim people, seems to go majority unnoticed. And that kinda unnerves and weirds me out. So I don't know, if you see racism, just call it out, I guess. I would like to add that I'm going to provide proof and add context to the statements I'm going to say in this video, but this is more from my perspective. It's impossible to look through all 500 million tweets posted on Twitter per day, but I feel like a lot of people will agree with the statements I make in this video. And also, one thing I always found odd about how racist people on Twitter seem to justify their actions is that they will constantly bring up crime statistics as a measure of humanity. The more crimes are in your community, the less human you are. The poorer the country you're from is, the less human you are. They will put this on whole communities and countries and use it as a justification. This is such an 1800s way of thinking that I don't think I have to explain why it's stupid and evil. Anyway, before I move on, this video isn't really to explain why racism is bad. I'm just here to explain and catalog this sudden boom of racism on Twitter. I think if you're past the age of 15, you already know how bad racism is. I know some adults can't figure that out, but I'm not here for them today. But before I go full ham on that, let me show you some racist posts I found, which are just here to show you how bad things have gotten on Twitter. Starting off with this tweet by an account named The Quartering, who has 326k followers, which reads, "If you want white people to stop saying nigger, then stop putting it in your music, movies, and every aspect of your culture you present to them." It's pretty simple. End quote. A classy person, as you can see, has some other stuff he said just to show you what type of a guy he is. Here's another one by Owen Benjamin, 248k followers. Quote, "Dear blacks, maybe if you worked harder at pronouncing basic words like ask, you wouldn't have to keep asking if we know what you're saying. Just a little advice." End quote. This one doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even know what he's saying. I'll just move on. This one by Garbage Human, a fitting name as you can see, which just depicts different people from different parts of the world and stuff their ancestors built, and tries to make this narrative that black people haven't done anything. Just like, I'm just like, it kind of hurts me, you know, but just fuck that guy, who cares. Alright, let's do a speed round because I don't want to look at this for too long. Way of the World says parents in their 30s, shows people buying homes. Me in my 30s shows black people, indigenous people and Asian people buying homes. I don't know what this guy is trying to say, but I know it's damn well racist and he should shut the fuck up. And this one by Garbage Human, which I'll edit parts of it out, which just go on this account to see the full image if you wanna, but it's genuinely kinda horrifying. And this one by Tired Meme Clown, which is just wow, and it doesn't even feel real. It feels like he's actually trying to be racist. Why would you do this? There was another one I wanted to show you. I think it was a post made by the same guy who makes women posting else, but I'm not 100% sure. It was him basically saying Indian people aren't human, which is the reason this video was made. I just detested that post so much that I wanted to make this video. Now that that's out of the way, what caused this sudden boom in racism, homophobia, Islamophobia, transphobia, sexism and everything in between? What could possibly be the reason? It's Elon. It's no secret at this point. Elon has done some changes to Twitter that, in my opinion, make the site a lot worse. Most infamous, changing Twitter to X. We're never calling it that, by the way. It's a stupid name and you're a stupid freaking boy, Elon. Also, couple that with the rapid rise in porn bots and Twitter fully allowing porn now. Elon might be trying to turn this site into X videos, not gonna lie. But in all seriousness, the changes this guy has made are absolutely idiotic beyond compare, like firing 80% of his workforce, making it extremely hard for moderation to keep up. Fun fact, like 2 months after Elon took over, hate speech on Twitter more than doubled against black people, Jewish people and gay people. It's actually kinda crazy, and in my opinion it continued to rise, though currently it's not at its peak. I also want to point out there were points under Elon's leadership when 99% of the hate done by blue check marks was felt to be acted upon, according to the CCDH. But I think it's important to note the study they used had a really low number count, only having 100 accounts, but I think it could be used as a source to back up my argument a little bit. Also, I want to say this has not helped Elon at all. He's lost a lot of advertisers and Twitter has lost most of its value. Last I checked, it was worth 12 billion, far less than the 44 billion Elon bought it for. Hi, I'm really sick right now and I don't think I can finish recording this video. Last time I stopped uploading because I was sick. I couldn't stop uploading for months. So have a part 1 instead of a full video. I'll make the rest soon. It's a shame too. I read like a lot of articles on this stuff, surprisingly enough.